Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, not a lot of price movement since the last video. We are still here in this possible impulsive wave structure to the upside that is currently evolving, where we had already a wave 1, a wave 2, and we're now in this third wave based on the bullish wave count. In the third wave, we have now a series of 1, 2 setups, because a wave 3 itself has 5 waves, and each of these subwaves also has 5 waves. So at the moment we can remain carefully bullish. There is also the bearish wave count, and again, just to show it, we had we have the possibility to count this as a so-called WXY pattern with an ideal target at 25,755. That is a corrective wave structure that will be a decision point here at around 25,755, because this is exactly the point where we have for this Y wave an ideal target, and from here we could then impulsively head down. We don't know that yet, but that's why speculation doesn't make any sense. All we can do is to follow the evidence that we can see in the Elliott Wave patterns at the moment. At the moment this is pointing rather to the upside. That can change when we reach the 25,755. And there are 2 levels that we need to hold. First of all, we need to hold this swing low. Ideally, that's at 22,680. That would be imminently important, even though it wouldn't be a disaster if we go lower, because as you can see here in green, this reversal area that I gave you, this reversal area that I gave you, that was triggered anyway, and we started to reverse. If we go a bit deeper, it wouldn't be a problem. It would still be part of the current scenario. What we should avoid is to go below 20,700 and roughly 20,720, this larger wave 2 low. So at the moment, rather sideways movement, but we are still making higher lows at the moment, which is from an Elliott Wave point of view important, because we can count what is happening here at the moment at least as a series of 1, 2 setups. Now that might change because we retraced quite a lot, so we just need to be a bit careful. Bitcoin has a few problems to break above this ascending trend line from this sort of bear flag that is forming here, as you can see. So that's quite a relevant one, this ascending trend line. Bitcoin clearly had before also difficulties to push through. We had 2, you could call them fake outs, and now again we're just below this area. Looked like yesterday we were breaking out. We tried to, but we failed in the end and then came down again. However, it's a series of 1, 2 setups. That's how we can call it at the moment. This is all valid until we break below 22,680. If we do, then we have to assume we come lower, and we'll probably come back into this channel again. And if we do that, key support areas are 22,400 and 22,000. So these levels need to hold to contain this retracement really. In terms of 1, 2 setups, what does that mean? Well, from the low here, this wave 2 low, where we can currently carefully assume it's over, even though the retracements are not ideal yet, it's not really impulsive enough what's happening here, but we can count it still as a 1, 2 and a 1, 2. So this was the first 1, 2 setup that we can count impulsively, and then we came down in a 3 wave move in a correction, and then we moved up again in a basically here a smaller wave 1 and came down in a 2. But as I already said in the last video, that all of this plays out, there's no way around it. We need to break out of this ascending trend line. If we don't, then of course there's a risk that we break the 22,680 and come down to the 22,000 and maybe even go lower. At the moment, still a lot of uncertainty in the markets. The stock markets are doing well. Crypto hasn't really followed at the moment. That's why I also say and regularly say there isn't really a sustainable correlation. Yes, there is a certain correlation that really only started after March 2020 that might fade away at some point again, and the markets might move completely different. That's why it's always important to look at markets individually. But that's where we are at the moment, and in the next move we would then expect this wave 3 to the upside. For this to play out, the wave 3 first in white would play out, this one. For this to play out, we need to hold this wave 2 that is at 22,740, and we would need to push higher. I mean, this could be a small bull flag, but we are doing micro counting here. So I just want to give you an orientation and want to allow you to understand what needs to happen for this bullish scenario to play out. And that would be, in the next instance, a break above the ascending trend line, the wave 1 high here at 23,570, and then we could move up in this third wave. Then there will be a fourth wave and a fifth wave, and then we can take it from there. At the moment, again, for the bullish scenario, around about a 60% probability, and for the bearish one, this WXY pattern, a 40% probability. Now, this doesn't mean that we have to go up straight away. Yeah, it could mean that even if we retrace a little bit more into this green area, it would still be the bullish scenario, because all of this would still be part of it. Yeah, that's why the green area is there. We have only really just touched it, the 50% fib level. We can, without a problem, go down a little bit lower, and this would all still be part of the bullish scenario. So with bullish scenario is that we avoid a low below 17,500. Okay, so that I would give this a 60% probability and the bearish one a 40%, which means there is still a lot of uncertainty in the markets, and I explained in a previous video what needs to happen to be more confident about the bullish scenario, and that would be that we just have to see this first larger wave structure to play out. Ethereum is much further advanced than Bitcoin in terms of that, so I would want to see here a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 play out. Would like to see all of this getting corrected in an ABC pattern. Yeah, and this is really when we can say with greater confidence the low was really in. As soon as we see this, I will of course make you aware. Even before that, the problem is that at the moment, yeah, I mean, carefully bullish, that's what I'm saying, but I also need to be careful. We don't want to create too much hope here. Yeah, that is why I give you the 60 to 40%. It's not 80-20, it's not 90-10, but yeah, at the moment it's still pointing rather to the upside than the downside, and that can change should we see an impulsive wave structure moving to the downside, which isn't happening yet. Okay. Alright, and that is my view about Bitcoin. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.